Hi, I'm Modesto Porcado the Fourth, a fourth-year BS Computer Science student from Adamson University. Before joining StraStan, most of my technical knowledge came from coursework, Python, Kotlin, C Sharp, data analytics, and some applied machine learning. I was comfortable with programming concepts, but I hadn't worked on a real production code base before. Honestly, I'd rate my confidence at around a 5 out of 10. I knew the theory, but I wasn't sure how well I could apply it in a professional setting. I came in excited but also a little nervous about whether I could keep up. The internship had two main projects. The first was building a leave management system from scratch. That was more independent work where I handled the full stack from the Lambda handlers down to the CDK infrastructure. The second and bigger one was contributing to a large scale virtual events platform built by a team of interns. The biggest challenge was jumping into a production code base that was already in progress. There were a lot of moving parts, just like the DynamoDB schema decisions, shared AWS resources, cross-team coordination, and things like deployment blockers where the CDK bootstrap stack was stuck. There were also moments where another team would report work that overlapped with what my teammates were already doing. So what helped most was having clear technical guidance from my mentor that whenever I hit a wall, whether it was about encryption choices, deployment patterns, or how to structure my test coverage, the team was also willing to do walkthroughs and code reviews, which helped me understand the code base faster. Before this internship, I had never worked with AWS in a real project context. Now, I grade myself at around a 7 out of 10 in most of these areas. For AWS, API Gateway, Lambda, DynamoDB, and EventBridge, I feel genuinely confident. I built handlers, wired routes, wrote infrastructure as code with CDK, and debugged live deployments. On the full stack side, Node.js and TypeScript I rate a 7. I wrote production Lambda handlers and unit tests in both. Next.js and Tailwind I'd rate a 5. I contributed to front-end integration, but UI work wasn't really my primary focus. The skill I enjoyed most was integration testing. I built an entire test suite from scratch covering over 20 API domains, and there's something satisfying about running a test against a live deployed API and seeing it go green. It's a very concrete feedback that something actually works end to end. For me, the most challenging was understanding the DynamoDB single table design. The key patterns, PK, SK, GSIs, took time to get right. And debugging data issues in a shared environment where you can always see what's in the table is very tricky. Working with other developers taught me that communication is just as important as code. Knowing who owns what, when to ask for help, and how to write clear commit messages and reports made a real difference in how smoothly things went. Do I think this internship increases my chances of getting hired? Yes, genuinely. I can now talk about specific AWS services I've used in production, show actual test coverage I built, and explain architectural decisions that I made. That's a very different conversation from talking about coursework. As for a technical interview for an AWS cloud developer role, I'd say I'm about a 7 out of 10 confident. There's still a lot to learn, but I now have a real foundation on what to build on. Has this changed my career goals? Well, it sort of reinforced them. I came in wanting to do software development and data-driven systems, and this internship showed me that cloud-native backend is exactly the direction I want to go. To wrap up, I want to sincerely thank everyone who made this internship meaningful. To Sir Math, thank you for building a program that gives interns actual ownership over real work. To Ma'am Joy, thank you for keeping everything organized and making sure we always knew what was expected of us. To Sir Job, to Sir Jobert, thank you for being patient when I had questions for the walkthroughs and for treating my contributions as real contributions to the team. And to my co-interns, it was genuinely great working alongside you. This internship challenged me in the best way possible, and I want to thank Shastan for giving me this opportunity, for trusting me with real work, pushing me beyond what I thought I was capable of, and helping me grow into a more confident and capable developer.